You ever get that? Like you get this huge burst of energy for a new idea.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're totally committed to a new project or whatever.
Totally.
And then like a few weeks later, that initial fire, it's like poof.
Okay. It fizzles out. Gone.
I think so common.
Ugh, it's the worst.
I know.
We've all been there, right? Staring down unfinished projects.
Oh, yeah.
Like abandoned resolutions, that sort of thing.
For sure.
So for your deep dive today,
Okay.
we're tackling that core skill.
Cool.
That takes us from just intention
Right.
to actual achievement,
Okay.
self-discipline.
Interesting.
You've sent a really interesting collection of articles over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from like neuroscience perspectives on habits
Huh.
to some like really practical guides on productivity,
Cool.
plus your own notes, which are always great.
Thanks.
So our mission,
Yeah, what are we thinking?
well, to sift through all this,
Okay.
pull out the gold,
Right.
the crucial insights.
I like. And give you some actionable ways
Nice.
to like build that self-discipline muscle
Yeah, that's key.
so you can really take control of your habits and actions.
Love
like,
it.
Because like several of the pieces you shared point out
Yeah.
that initial motivation rush that we were talking about.
Yeah,
It's temporary.
it is.
It's like a sugar rush.
Oh, yeah, like a total
Up and
a crash. It's a roller coaster.
Ugh, exactly.
What sustains progress long after that feeling fades?
Self-discipline.
That's it.
That's the key.
That's a key theme we see
Yeah.
across all your sources.
Definitely.
So to really get a handle on how to cultivate this,
Okay.
let's think about self-discipline
Right.
in a way that many of your articles touch upon as a skill
Oh, interesting.
you can actually develop.
So not something you're just born with.
No, not at all.
You can actually train it.
Yeah. Much like
What?
learning an instrument
Okay.
or getting stronger in the gym. Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So we're going to like work it out,
We are going to work it out.
build those muscles.
Exactly. Our goal is to extract
Okay.
the most effective training methods from your materials. So you can start applying them
Immediately.
immediately.
Right, let's go.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's begin by defining what we even mean by self-discipline.
Okay, good place to start.
What were the key elements that stood out to you?
From the sources.
Yeah, from the sources in terms of its definition. Like, how did they define it?
All right, well, let me think.
Yeah.
What really struck me
Yeah.
was control.
Okay.
Like the ability to just,
To control your...
your actions.
Your action.
Your impulses.
Yeah, even when you don't feel like it.
Exactly.
Right.
Like intentionally directing your actions.
Right.
When everything in you
Yeah.
is saying no.
I'd say no.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Stay on the couch.
Yeah, stay on the couch, eat the cookies, you know.
Yeah, but you do it anyway.
You do it anyway.
Because you have that goal.
You have the goal in mind.
You have that vision.
Yes, and it's about maintaining focus
Yes.
on your objectives and pushing through those obstacles.
Yeah, the inevitable.
Right. The inevitable ones.
They're going to happen.
They're going to happen.
That's life.
That's life. And those are the moments where it would be so easy
Oh, so easy.
to just give in.
Row.
Or, you know, when that initial excitement has completely evaporated.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone.
And you're just left with the slog.
You're just left with the slog.
Yeah.
One of the behavioral psychology articles you sent over specifically mentioned this
Oh, yeah.
as volitional control
Interesting.
over one's impulses.
I like that volitional control.
It sounds
very
official.
official.
Yeah,
But that's a crucial point.
it is.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture.
Okay. Many of your sources highlight self-discipline
Right.
as that critical factor that distinguishes those who reach their goals from those who
give up.
Right, who give up when things get hard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that consistent effort applied even in the face of difficulty that ultimately leads to success.
That's it.
It's not about
What is it not about?
some innate talent.
No.
You know, some people think, oh, those people are just gifted. They're just...
Yeah, they just have it.
They just have it easy.
Yeah.
No, it's about consistently showing up.
That's it.
Right.
It's the showing up that matters.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
It's easy to be enthusiastic at the starting line.
Oh, yeah, the beginning.
Really.
Full of excitement.
But as some of your practical guides pointed out, it's the ability to keep going when the novelty wears off and the work becomes
a grind.
It becomes a grind. That's where self-discipline kicks in.
It really does.
It reinforces this idea that was echoed in several of your sources, that lasting achievement isn't about waiting for inspiration to just strike.
Right.
It's about the consistent application of effort.
That's so important. So crucial.
So crucial.
It's like forget the muse.
Forget the muse.
Just do the work.
Just do the work.
Yeah.
What's so fascinating.
Okay, tell me.
And like a recurring theme in your notes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is how training your mind for discipline essentially unlocks your potential to achieve any goal.
Any goal.
Any goal you set.
That's amazing.
If you can cultivate that ability to act in alignment with your objectives, regardless of your current emotional state.
Wow. So you don't have to feel like it?
You don't have to feel like it.
You just do it.
You just do it.
You just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The possibilities really do expand.
I love that.
Now, a common pitfall that several of the productivity-focused articles you shared warned against is this idea of relying solely on motivation.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah.
We wait for that surge of energy.
Yeah, you know.
That feeling that makes tackling our goals feel effortless.
Yeah. You just want to be swept away.
Swept away.
By inspiration. But what did the research in your sources suggest about the reliability?
Yeah, how reliable is that?
Of motivation.
Like, is it there when you need it?
Is it there when you need it?
Well, the research paints a clear picture.
What does it say?
Motivation is transient.
Transient.
It's fleeting.
It's not always there.
It's not always there when you need it.
No.
It fluctuates.
Wildly.
Wildly.
Like super wildly.
Yeah, you might feel incredibly driven one day.
Yeah.
Like ready to conquer the world. Yeah. Like crush that to-do list.
And then the next day,
you're like,
that feeling is just absent.
Gone. Vanish.
Right. Poof.
And you're like, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
So it's not a stable foundation upon which to build sustained effort.
Unfortunately not.
One study in your collection.
Oh, wow.
Even compared relying on motivation
to
trying to navigate with a faulty compass.
Oh, no. Right.
That's not good. Not a good situation to be in.
No.
It'll point you in a direction sometimes.
Maybe.
But you can't depend on it to get you where you need to go.
Right. You could end up
lost.
Totally lost.
Discipline, on the other hand, as many of your sources emphasize, is that steady, consistent internal force.
I like that.
It's like that.
What's it like?
Daily training regimen that gets you to the marathon finish line.
Yeah.
Even when every muscle in your body is screaming
to stop. Your body's saying no, but your mind is like,
keep going.
We got this.
We got this.
We can do it.
Exactly.
We've trained for this.
If we look at the examples of high achievers in your biographical readings, whether they're elite athletes or successful innovators, a clear pattern emerges.
What is it?
They don't always feel like putting in the hours of practice or tackling those difficult problems.
Like a human.
They're human, but they do it anyway.
They do it anyway.
Their commitment isn't dictated by the unpredictable nature of motivation.
Right.
It's deeply rooted in
self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
They gotta have it.
They gotta have it.
Yeah.
And the really empowering message that comes through in all of this is that, as we touched on earlier, discipline isn't some inherent trait you're born with.
Not like eye color?
Not like eye color. It's not fixed.
Okay.
As several of your practical guides outline, it's a skill.
It is a skill.
And like any skill, like learning a new software, mastering a craft, it can be learned, practiced.
You gotta practice.
And significantly strengthened over time.
I love that.
So the crucial question then becomes...
All right, what is it?
How do we actually cultivate?
Yes, how do we do it?
This muscle of self-discipline.
I'm ready.
What concrete evidence-based techniques?
Oh yeah, let's get specific.
From your sources, can you share?
I'm all ears.
All right, let's dive into...
Let's do it.
The practical strategy.
Yes.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Especially when we look at some of the actionable advice.
Love that.
And your productivity guides.
Practical stuff.
Practical stuff.
Okay.
The first key technique,
number one,
highlighted across multiple sources.
So this is important.
Is to start small.
Small.
And be consistent.
Okay.
This really aligns with our discipline as a muscle analogy.
Right.
You wouldn't attempt to lift a massive weight.
No way.
On your first day at the gym. You would hurt yourself. You'd begin with something manageable and gradually increase.
Little by little.
The challenge as you get stronger.
Exactly.
As one of your articles on habit formation pointed out.
Oh, yeah. What did it say?
Trying to make drastic changes overnight often leads to overwhelm and burnout.
Too much too soon.
Yeah, it's just too much too soon.
Yeah.
Instead, think about making incremental adjustments. If you want to establish a consistent exercise routine, don't aim for an hour every day initially. You'd be so sore.
Oh, yeah.
Start with like 15-minute sessions 3 times a week.
I can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
The key, as emphasized in your notes, is building that initial habit loop.
Habit loop.
Habit loop.
It's got to be small enough.
Yeah.
Actually stick.
To stick with it.
Yeah.
It's about accumulating small wins that build momentum and confidence.
I love that.
So you're like, yeah, I can do this. I'm strong. I'm disciplined.
This is working.
The next crucial technique, which appeared in several of your self-help resources, is to remove temptations.
Oh, yeah. Just get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. Now, this might seem obvious.
Yeah.
But the psychological principles behind it,
interesting,
as discussed in one of your behavioral economics articles, are quite powerful. The research consistently shows that willpower is a finite resource.
Finite.
It runs out.
It runs out.
Yeah. A concept often referred to as ego depletion.
Ego depletion.
We only have so much of it.
Yeah.
In a given day.
So true.
So as your sources wisely suggest,
what do they say?
Why constantly test its limit by keeping temptations readily available?
Just hanging around.
Like right there.
Yeah.
If you're aiming for healthier eating, remove the unhealthy snacks.
Get them out.
From your house.
Don't even buy them.
Don't even buy them.
If they're not there.
If they're not there.
You can't eat them.
You can't eat them.
Simple. Simple.
I like it.
If you need to focus on a work task, put your phone in another room.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Literally out of reach.
Yeah.
So you're not tempted?
Not even tempted.
To just pick it up.
To just look at it real quick?
No.
It's about strategically designing your environment.
Interesting.
To support your goals.
So you're not fighting yourself.
Not fighting yourself constantly. Yeah. Engaging in this battle of willpower.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Yeah.
Think of it as making the path of least resistance lead directly to the behavior
that you want.
Yeah. Our third technique,
number 3,
underscored in your productivity guides, centers around establishing and maintaining routines. This is where the power of structure comes in. Structure is so good.
Structure is so good.
Tell me about it.
Self-discipline thrives on predictability.
When
you have a set schedule for important tasks, you reduce the need for conscious decision-making in the moment.
Yeah, like it's already decided.
It's already decided.
I don't have to think about it.
You don't have to think about it, which conserves mental energy.
Oh, it's so helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
As one of your articles on time management explained, routines automate certain behaviors.
Interesting.
Making them less reliant on willpower.
Oh, because you're not using up?
You're not using it up.
Your willpower.
You're not using up your willpower.
To decide every single time.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And the crucial element here.
Okay, what is it?
Highlighted in your notes.
My notes again.
Your notes again.
Okay.
It's consistency.
Consistency.
It's adhering to your established routines.
Even
on days
it's hard.
When the motivation is low.
Yeah, you don't feel like it.
You don't feel like it.
But you do it anyway.
Yeah. It's like putting in your reps at the discipline gym.
I love that.
You're training
that muscle. It reinforces that internal commitment.
You're proving to yourself.
Yeah, you're proving to yourself.
That I can do this.
I can do this.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah. And it shows yourself that you can follow through.
Okay.
Regardless of your current mood.
I don't have to be happy about it.
You don't have to be happy about it.
Well, just do it.
Just do it.
Okay.
This raises an interesting point.
Oh, does it?
Something that one of your psychology articles touched upon.
What's that?
What about those moments when you inevitably encounter resistance?
Oh.
That strong urge to procrastinate.
Yeah.
Or succumb to temptation.
I know that feeling.
Right. This leads us to the fourth technique popularized in one of your practical guides. Yeah. Implementing the 5-second rule.
5-second rule?
The 5-second rule.
Okay.
I found this one particularly interesting.
Oh, why is that?
In your collection.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Right.
On the surface.
Seems almost too easy.
But the underlying psychology,
yeah,
as explained in that guide, seems quite effective.
I'm intrigued.
The idea is that when you experience that moment of hesitation.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
Before doing something.
Right.
You know you should do.
Yeah, you should be doing it, but you're not.
But you're not doing it.
Yeah.
You mentally count down from 5.
Oh, interesting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Like a rocket launch.
Like a rocket launch.
Okay.
And then immediately take action.
So no time to overthink it.
No time to overthink.
Just go.
What's fascinating here, and what the guide you shared elaborates on, is how this technique disrupts the brain's tendency to overthink and rationalize inaction. Oh, so you're short-circuiting.
You're short-circuiting that process.
Your brain's like, no, no, no.
But you're already doing it.
Too late.
That brief countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Creates this little window, a tiny window of opportunities.
To just do the thing.
To just do the thing.
I love it.
To bypass that resistance.
Yeah.
And propel yourself.
Launch yourself.
Launch yourself.
Yeah.
Into taking that first step.
Amazing.
It's like a little mental hack.
It is.
To override procrastination's grip.
Outsmarting your own brain.
It's smarting your own brain.
Okay.
And finally.
Part of the final one.
Our 5th practical technique.
Number 5.
Which was a recurring theme.
So this is important.
Across several of your sources.
Yeah.
Is to
what is it?
Utilize accountability.
Okay.
And tracking.
Tracking your progress.
This is all about making your progress visible. Leveraging external support.
Okay.
To stay on track.
Yeah.
As several of your behavioral change articles pointed out, we are more likely to adhere to commitments.
Keep our promises.
When we know. Others are aware of them.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Like we've made it public.
We've made it public.
Yeah.
There are various ways to implement this.
Okay.
As your sources suggest.
What are some ideas?
Keeping a journal to log your progress.
Okay.
Using tracking apps.
There's so many apps for that.
There are so many apps to monitor your habits or even sharing your goals with a trusted friend or family member.
Someone to keep you accountable.
Right, who can provide encouragement and check-ins.
Like an accountability buddy.
An accountability buddy.
I like it.
That external accountability can be a significant motivator.
It can.
Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals and expects you to follow through can dramatically increase your likelihood of doing so.
It makes it more real.
It makes it more real.
Yeah.
Even when your internal drive is waning.
Even when you're feeling lazy.
Yeah. It adds a layer of responsibility
that
can be incredibly effective.
Powerful stuff.
So we've discussed these practical techniques. All drawn directly from the materials you provided.
Cool.
But there's also a really important shift in mindset.
Ooh, a mindset shift.
Mindset shift.
I liked it.
That several of your philosophical and self-reflection pieces
deep stuff.
Touched upon when it comes to self-discipline.
And so how we think about it.
How we think about it.
Yeah.
And that's challenging this common perception. That discipline is somehow
restrictive
or negative, like a bad thing.
Yeah, like a bad thing.
Okay.
A lot of people hear the word discipline.
Yeah.
And they immediately think of...
What do they think of?
Rigid rules.
Oh.
And a lack of freedom.
No fun.
Okay.
But the reality, as many of your sources argue,
what's the reality?
Is often the exact opposite. Discipline, when viewed through a different lens, actually creates freedom.
Whoa.
What's insightful here?
Yeah.
And something your notes also reflected on.
My notes.
Your notes.
Okay.
Is that when you are self-disciplined, you gain greater control over your own life.
You're in the driver's seat.
You're the driver.
Yeah.
You're not at the mercy of fleeting distractions or your unpredictable emotions.
Oh, man, emotions.
Right.
They could be so
up and down, dictating your actions.
They can really derail you.
Instead, you're empowered to make conscious choices that align with your long-term aspirations.
Love it.
Think about it.
Okay.
As some of your financial literacy articles illustrated, if you're disciplined with your finances, you have the freedom to make choices.
Yeah. About how you allocate your resources.
You're not stressed.
About money all the time.
Without being constantly burdened by debt.
Exactly.
Similarly, as your health and wellness sources emphasized, if you're disciplined with your health habits, you gain the freedom to enjoy a more active and vibrant life.
You feel better.
You feel better.
You have more energy.
You have more energy.
You can do more things.
And it's the compounding effect
Compounding.
of those seemingly small, disciplined actions.
Little things add up.
That truly builds momentum over time.
So it gets easier.
It does get easier. Each instance where you resist an impulse.
You say no.
Each time you adhere to your routine.
You do the thing.
It strengthens that self-discipline muscle. Making the next act of